Hey guys, so I got asked for a tutorial video on if you had a bad time, and I figured, yeah, so I might as well record it and post it, because I was supposed to do this like a couple days ago and I didn't. Anyway, guitars in standard tuning. I normally play it with a capo up around here, and I figure for the purpose of the lesson I won't, because it makes it easier for people if I just say the real names of the frets versus where I'm playing in relation to a capo. So also, not everyone has a capo. Also, not everyone plays in E flat tuning like I normally do. So yeah. Anyway, the original video that I posted, I was playing in standard tuning and I had a capo on the second fret. So if you're playing to learn that version, play along with what I record up first here, and then at the end of the video, if I have time, I'll record with this on, and yeah, you can play with that. So first things first, I'm just gonna play through, and you guys can get a feel for the song. If you had a bad time at one of my parties, well, I wouldn't expect to be seeing you soon, and that's fine. You have to know what and why those things make you happy. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth the try. Just some words of advice, maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go, with the 1 million things holding you down while you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, here I go. If you're up to your ears in blood, sweat, and wasted years, I'm hoping you're going to open your throat and just scream. You have to know and why, which ones miss you when you die. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth the salt in your eye. Some words of advice, maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go, with 1 million things holding you down while you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, it just sits on my shoulders. You're breaking my neck. We get crazy with age, and now you're under my bed, and it's dark all the time, all the time. Just some words of advice, maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Alright, so any noise in the background you hear, it's the TV and some toys, little baby playing with them. So the first chord that we start out with is an E power chord. If you don't know the shape of a power chord, basically it would be on any fret of the guitar, it's always a 1, 3, and 3 configuration. So index finger on the first fret of the E string for example, ring finger on the third fret of the A, and pinky finger on the third fret of the D. So that's basically what a power chord is. So anyway, our first chord is an E power chord starting up on the 7th fret, so it's of the A string. So it's 7, 9, and 9. So think of Space Odyssey when you hear that. So yeah. So that's the first chord is an E power chord. So and then we go to a B minor power chord, which is 7 on the E, 9 on the A, 9 on the D, and 8 on the G. Then we go up to a C sharp, or a C, I think it's C sharp minor power chord, which is a 4, 6, 6, yeah, 4, 6, 6, and 5. So 4 on the A, 6 on the D, 6 on the G, 5 on the B. We go back to a B. Down to whatever that is, because I really can't think of it. But basically, they just move. So it's so I'll start off again. We go E, B minor, C sharp minor, B minor, A. So yeah, so let me just play the chords themselves. Just B minor, C sharp minor, B minor, A minor. So you see how my hand just slides down? I don't pick up any fingers, so we just slide down 2. I've got a string out of tune here, but so yeah, that intro, the trick is you really need to, like, it depends, it depends quite a bit on your rhythm, because you can't just say screw it and just play any rhythm for the chords you want. I know that seems kind of obvious, but some people really don't get it. You need to have that percussive, you don't have a bass guitar behind you when you're playing acoustic, unless you have like a band. You don't have anyone backing you up, so you need to play the downbeat. You play the hell out of the accented beats. So when I go, that's the rhythm you want to play that at. So that's the intro. Alright, sorry, minor interruption, but now back to the verse. So the verse is a lot like, if you ever heard, I'm sure you've probably heard the song Blue in the Face. It's got this little bit in the, it's right after the first chord of the verse, it goes, which is a lot like the, Blue in the Face. It's a lot like that. So okay, so the first chord of the verse is an E power chord again. So it's, if you had a bad time. So what that is it's the shape of the fingers is really important. Pretty much not movable. Like you shouldn't really change it too much. unless you have like the most gigantic fingers ever. If it doesn't feel good to use your pinky, too bad. You got to learn. So yeah. So I'll just do that a little bit closer to the cam here. Alright, so I start with 2 fingers on the 7th fret. So it's my middle fingers on the 7th of the A, ring fingers on the 7th of the D. We lift our ring finger up, we go, and then we throw our pinky down onto the 9th fret of the D. So it's really important little bit. It sounds pretty insignificant, but it makes a huge difference. So anyway, here's the verse. So if you had a bad time at one, we go back to a B minor chord. You can pick whether or not you want to do the middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string. You really don't have to. I think, I do. So if you want to sound like me, go ahead. If you don't care, doesn't matter. That's the difference that it makes. Oh my goodness, making some noise over there. All right. If you had a bad time at one of my parties, well, I wouldn't expect to be seeing you soon, that's fine. Alright, so I just isolated the chords. That's not how you actually play it. So we do that E chord, we do a little transition, then we go to a B minor, C sharp minor, B minor, A minor. So it's basically the same thing as the intro. The only difference is it's got that little. And one of my parties, well, I wouldn't expect to be seeing you soon, that's fine. You have to know what and why those things make you happy. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth a try. So something I just realized I didn't mention is that you really need to make the you need to make, if you're not letting those last 2 strings ring, it really does fill out the chord and it makes it sound a lot more like full-bodied. Because remember, if you're playing it the way I play it, I don't have a drum track, I don't have a bassist. At the very best, I've got, GarageBand, I'm recording another layer of guitars, but there really isn't another layer of guitars to record for this song. So you have to remember that, and you have to consider that when you're playing, that you don't want to play the bare minimum. You want to make sure that it sounds as full as possible. So if you had a bad time at one of my parties, well, I wouldn't expect to be seeing you soon, that's fine. Hear those? You have to know what and why those things make you happy. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth a try. So then we go to the chorus, and I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to start a new video for the chorus. Alright, so this is the fun part. This is the chorus. It's very simple. It's all open chords. It's actually open chords, but they're played in a very, I don't know, it's relaxed way. It's made so that the way I play it is so that you don't have to lift your hands off the fretboard as much, and so it really makes it sound very smooth and flowing. So yeah, I'll just start from the end of the verse. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth a try. Just some words of advice. We go to an E chord. Maybe you've A, B. Alright, so the chorus would be, we start with an E chord. Maybe you've A chord, but the way I play it, so notice the way I play it is I only play it with 2 fingers. It's an A sus 2 4. I don't give a shit. It just sounds like you can play a full. You know, if you feel like playing a full open A. But then you gotta go up here and play an open B too, which I mean, sure it sounds okay, but like it's really. I just prefer playing it this way, so I'm going to play it the way I play it. If you feel like playing it the way you play it, then clearly, I mean, you know what you're doing, so feel free and do it. I think I used to do it that way, and I got lazy, and it actually ended up making it sound better somehow. So, yeah. So we start with an E, go to an A, with 2 fingers, and then we slide up here to a B chord with, again, it's a B power chord. It's not the B open, which would be, it's just I'll play through that and I'll sing it so that you know which parts are where. Alright, so. Oh, I've got a very interested child. Hello. Sorry. So. Just some words of advice. Maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go. With the 1,000,000 things holding you down, why you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, here I go. So, when I was playing that just now, I realized that the way that I was showing you, I don't actually normally play that way. I actually go. I'll watch my fingers very closely. So, start on the E chord. Maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. So I stick with those because watch this. Watch the ring finger. Ring finger never leaves the fretboard, and it's just good to have an anchor sometimes. I find it's really helpful, especially when you're either absorbed in the lyrics or absorbed in the rhythm of the thing, because I get really into like the rhythm and the mood of the whole song. So sometimes I get carried away and I forget to pay attention to what I'm doing, and it just helps to have that anchor there so that I don't screw up and mess up the whole song. So you notice that when I go, here I go. I go up here because you have to do the whole. And it's just easier to skip right through it. So it's just the intro again. The way I play it is a little bit different, so I'm just going to play it and I'm going to let you figure it out. If you feel like doing a little arpeggio on the end like I do, it's fine. If you don't, again, it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. It's really just something I added. So. from a bunch of random strings there. It's like, it's not even me like really thinking about it. So I'm gonna skip through this verse because it's the same thing. It's the I'll just play through it so you can pay attention to the ringing notes. Back down to the chorus, some words of advice, maybe more than before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go. With the 1 million things holding you down, why you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal. And then this part is the bridge, so we go. No big deal, it just sits on my shoulders. We start on a C sharp minor, which is you can I like to do it just power chords to make it differentiate from the intro. So no big deal, it just sits on my shoulders. You're breaking. We go down to an A. Breaking my neck. We go down to an E. We get crazy with age. Now you're under B. My bed and it's dark. So I screwed up a little bit there. So again, I'll start. No big deal, it just sits on my shoulders. You're breaking my neck. We get crazy with age. Now you're under my bed and it's dark. Back up to C minor, C sharp minor, A, all the time, E, all the time. Back to B. Just some words of advice. So we let the E ring. Maybe you've heard them, A ring before, but here goes. Let the B ring too. You can even stop here and wait a couple seconds and then go. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go. With 1 million things holding you down, why you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, here I go. So, no big deal, here I go. It's just, yeah, it's a very simple song, and the patterns in it are pretty easy to repeat. Alright, so I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to throw the capo on and play it in standard tuning with a capo on the 2nd fret, so you can hear it the way that I played it in the video that I originally posted back in, like, 2011. Alright, take it easy. Alright, so as promised, here is If You Had a Bad Time, capo on the 2nd fret, guitar in standard tuning. Here you go. If you had a bad time at one of my parties, well, I wouldn't expect to be seeing you soon, that's fine. You have to know what and why those things make you happy. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth a try. Just some words of advice, maybe you've heard them before. but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go. With 1 million things holding you down, why you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, here I go. If you're up to your ears in blood, sweat, and wasted years, I'm hoping you're going to open your throat and just scream. You have to know who and why, which ones means you when you die. You have to know that a second guess ain't worth the salt in your eye. Some words of advice, maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go. With 1 million things holding you down, why you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, it just sits on my shoulders. You're breaking my neck, we get crazy with age. Now you're under my bed and it's dark all the time, all the time. Just some words of advice, maybe you've heard them before, but here goes. Just be true to yourself. If it lands you in hell, well, at least now you know. Loud and clear is your heart, big and bright are the places you might someday go. With 1 million things holding you down, why you're one of those things I don't know. No big deal, here I go. Alright, hope this was helpful. If it wasn't, leave a comment telling me why. Peace.